once was a charming young man who went by the name of Peter. He had everything: beautiful eyes, smile, hair, he could sing. Peter also attended a university as he was studying in music. However, there was one thing he lacked. Peter had a horrible inner personality that he himself was very aware of. Peter was well looked upon by his friends as the "I can get any type of girl." So one afternoon, during a chorus rehearsal before the ensemble's big finale night, Peter approached a shy, timid young female who went by the name of Bella. As Peter approached Bella, he asked her out on a date. Bella very worryingly responded by how flattered she was, however, that she was kind of... John, another student at the university, approached Bella and Peter by finishing her sentence with the words, "dating me." John then told Bella how he'll be waiting for her outside to take her home. Afterwards, Bella told Peter how she was so sorry, but that even if she wasn't dating anyone, he still would not be her type, as she likes the more natural, mature type of guys. As Peter slowly turned around with embarrassment and disbelief, everyone tearfully laughed at what just went down. It was so surprising to everyone that for the first time, Peter did not get the girl he wanted. So later that night, when Peter got home, he logged onto his computer and created an anonymous blogging site that was associated with the students who attended the university. In multiple posts, Peter said and sent out many bad things about Bella that weren't even true. Later that night, while Peter was brushing his teeth before bed, his computer made a beeping sound as his notifications ringed away. There was a message that appeared on his screen from an anonymous person as well. The anonymous person stated that Peter had until sundown the next night to reveal to the audience and students that it was him who made the untrue and mean post about Bella. And the next night was also the very big finale night for Peter and the rest of the students, as it was the night of their chorus finale. Peter responded back to the anonymous person by saying how he could never do such a thing and how everyone would hate him, including Bella herself. The anonymous person responded back to Peter and told him that if he did not tell everyone the things that he said about Bella on the blogging site, then he would become exactly what he is, an internet troll. And Peter laughed at it, thinking it was a joke after all, and said to himself, "Yeah, right," while closing his computer to go to bed. The next morning, as Peter woke up, he noticed a lingering smell. He quickly flipped over the sheets that laid on top of him and noticed that his feet were huge and green with dark toenails. He jumped instantly from his bed and ran to the bathroom mirror to reveal more, but this time he had a huge troll-like nose and ears. Peter was no longer the charming person he was on the outside, and instead his personality was coming to the outside. Peter threw on a hoodie for the rest of the school day and proceeded to head to school that morning. Everyone was talking about the blog site from the night before and wondered who created it. Many feared false news may come out about them sooner or later. As Peter was passing by Bella while she was crying, she stopped him and asked if he had anything to do with the anonymous blogging site. However, Peter, being clever Peter, responded if Bella really thought that he was even that smart enough to create a blogging site. He also told Bella how he had it all, but being that brilliant was not one of the things. Bella responded telling Peter how he was right, and that she just hoped someone would catch the mean internet person. Bella then stormed away while Peter stood in guilt and despair. Later that evening was the night of the chorus finale. After singing a few songs, it was now Peter's lead solo. Still wearing a hood over his chorus uniform, he began to sing. However, this time his voice was changing and gotten deeper. Peter checked his smartwatch as he noticed the light come across, and it read, "Now you must admit to everyone that you were the blogger of the website." Peter said amongst himself how he couldn't and refused. He then ran out of the auditorium, leaving the audience and students very confused, but instead they continued the song without him. Peter ran towards the statue site on the opposite side of the campus grounds, and then suddenly he began to physically change. And just like that, Peter became a silver troll statue in the fullest form. The next morning, everyone was wondering what happened to Peter, until a very similar resemblance of Peter appeared. It was a doppelganger who continued like things were normal throughout the day. The doppelganger told Peter's friends that he just got stage fright the night before. His friends went along with it. Bella still never knew the truth. And the original Peter, he never came back. The doppelganger slowly turned around with a smirky smile on his face after closing Peter's locker.